Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce. Here we are in our Sargent Studios. My name is Brian Weatherford, and I'll be your host today. From time to time, we're so pleased to bring different members of the Chamber right here to the studio so they can share their stories. Today, we're going to go a little bit different direction than others, education. We all know how important education is, our own education, the education of our children, etc. And we're so honored to have one of our longtime members here with us today, Arlington Classics Academy, and representing them, Mr. Craig Sims, our guest. He is the Executive Director of Schools. Welcome, Craig. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us.
So do you mind if I refer to the school as ACA?
I know, really. Plus two. That's
Probably do it yourself.
That's how everyone knows us.
Well, and as I mentioned, you are the Executive Director of Schools with ACA. How long have you been there now?
This is actually, I just started my 11th year. So I've been there 10 years. I was Director of Academic Services for a year and then moved into the EDS role after that.
Gotcha. Well, did you have a background in education prior to coming on board, or are you fresh out of college in this role?
Oh, no. I know I look young, but no. So I taught high school for 8 years, and then I moved into administration for about 3 years in an ISD, and then moved over to the charter world 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
So here in Arlington, were you in education here in Arlington?
No, my wife was a teacher in Arlington.
Okay.
I was at a smaller school south of Arlington.
Gotcha.
But we did live in Arlington when we first got married, and we've always loved it here. And actually, our house was right down the street from Arlington Classics. Didn't even know it.
Very nice. Well, that worked out even better.
Yeah, it worked out best.
So you've been on board for 11 years, but how long has ACA been here? You got a big anniversary coming up, right?
Yeah, we're actually starting our 25th year here and serving the Arlington and greater Arlington area. And we're just really proud of that. Not a lot of businesses or schools make it that long.
No.
And so ACA started in 1999. A group of parents got together and said they want to see something different for their students. And so this is going to be our 25th year. We're calling it Celebrating the Classics. Arlington Classics Academy was one of the first public schools to bring the classical education world to public education.
Well, let's touch on that then, because I was looking at the notes today, and I'm embarrassed to say I wasn't familiar with classic education, but I'm thinking if I'm not familiar with it, maybe other people aren't as well. So could you go into the whole purpose of or not just, well, we'll get to the purpose too. What is the classic curriculum you're talking about, and why did ACA decide to go that direction?
Well, classical education, it's funny because it's considered innovation now, but it's really the traditional way of learning from the Greek philosophers, going all the way back to ancient times. And so what it focuses on is what we call a trivium, which basically there's 3 stages of learning. The grammar stage, which is a lot of fact memorization and building knowledge. And then you go into logic, where you start to apply that knowledge and start connecting the dots. And then after that, you go into rhetoric, which is usually like high school and college. But we focus on the grammar and logic stage through our K-8 program. And by building those just foundations of learning and building that student's confidence in what they know, they're really able to do some amazing stuff as they move through our program and start to apply that. And at our school, K-8, our program puts kids into high school credits starting in 7th grade. So they're actually able to leave us with up to 6.5 high school credits.
Okay, so K-8, how far do you go? Is it K-8?
Just K-8.
Okay. But it's not just in one location. Talk to me about that real quick. I mean, you have different campuses, different locations, et cetera.
We like to say we have 3 campuses, we have 2 sites, but we have 1 school because we want to be unified. So we do have 3 campuses. We have a K-2 campus right next door to our 3-5 campus. Those are on Arkansas, over in Dalworthington Gardens area. And then our middle school campus is on Bowen, right just south of 20.
Let's talk a little bit about the progression of ACA since you started 25 years ago. I'm guessing there's more to it today than there was 25 years ago. When did you get more located or more campuses? I mean, walk me through that timeline.
So in 99, when they opened, they just rented a couple of locations to see how it would work out. And then in 2005, I believe they built their first building there on Arkansas, and they were K through 6th grade, I believe, when they opened that building in 2005, and they expanded in 2007, and then in 2011, there's just constant demand for enrollment, and so they decided to make more room And they basically doubled in size essentially in 2011. So we went from 350 students in 1999 to we're now over 1,500 students in K through 8.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Yeah. So have you reached the point yet? I'm trying to do my math. Probably not quite. We haven't had different generations appear just yet in just the 25-year period, but plenty of siblings have rolled through there over the years, I'm guessing.
Yes, lots of families, good families, lots of... It's really exciting because we've recently started hiring our own students. They've gone through high school, they've gone through college, they've come back to teach for us. So we currently have 3 previous students that are working for us now.
Have you found maybe a side benefit, for lack of a better word, to that is the students get a kick out of that when the teachers say, "I was you."
Yes, absolutely.
and they see how successful this person is now. That's kind of pretty good for you.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful.
We're talking about the parents. Originally, it was parents that started this program. I mean, do we just build it and they will come? What's the background on who decided we need this here in Arlington?
Well, in 99, so we're 3rd generation charter. So in 99, the idea of public choice in education was fairly new.
Okay.
And Texas has always been really great about parent choice in the idea that homeschool was an option and those kind of things. But when you homeschool, you build co-ops and you want to build networks. And this essentially was just a network that grew into an idea that we can use what the legislator had just passed in 95 for charter schools. And we can use that to build a bigger offering and bring the classical education to the whole public education realm. And so the families got together, they did that. And what was so beautiful about it is almost like starting a church or anything else or a business, everyone, got their hands dirty. Our parents cleaned the classrooms every day. Our parents, did all of the lunch monitoring. And even still today, it's one of the key things about ACA is parent involvement. And so parents still work and volunteer at the school. And we have over 800 registered volunteers every year that we can resource and say, hey, we need someone to help us out. And parents show up.
It's just a sense of ownership.
Absolutely.
And we always see in the media all the time, unfortunately, not all schools are like that. There is no parent involvement. There's a PTA of 2 people and stuff.
Nice.
Is that true? You're the way you are. Is that true with most charter schools, or have you elevated it up a notch at ACA?
Well, I can't speak. ACA is very unique to me in the charter world because we are so parent driven. Our board is parent members. There's a lot of media out there about schools in general, but what I love about our little piece of heaven there on the Bowen corridor is that we are a small niche community. Like if you come to ACA, you're signing up, you know what you're signing up for, and you're there to support it. And so ACA is always considered the parent to be the first and foremost educator of their child. And then when you come to ACA, then we assume that you're trusting us to be a partner in that. And so we are very transparent about what we teach. All of our curriculum is available online, and we make those resources available to parents at any time they request it. It really is about a trust partnership, and that's what really makes it shine.
It's almost it takes a village philosophy.
Yeah,
with everybody pitching in and helping.
It does with everything schools have to do today. Absolutely.
What you mentioned, that word community. You have your own little community there on Bowen, but ACA is broader. I mean, you guys are involved throughout the community in all of Arlington. I mean, I'm here all the time, and I'll see ACA at different things. Do you try to teach that to the students as well, and give the students opportunities to get involved in the community too?
Yes, absolutely. That's really key to what we do. Is we're trying to build community members. We're trying to build the next citizen, right? Our mission is for students to understand, well, honestly, to have a commanding knowledge of where their freedom comes from and have the moral character to protect it. And so part of that is understanding you are one member of a community, and a community is only as good as its members, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a thing called Griffin Goodfellows that, again, parents have taken the lead to really champion. And that's just an opportunity for students to get credit for hours that they volunteer in the community. So they do all kinds of things like food drives, but they also serve by going to, serving like Special Olympics. And parents find these great opportunities. They organize and invite other Griffins or our students to come and join them. It's just a another great example of how the school and parents can partner to the benefit of the student, because that's who wins in the end, right?
Yeah, absolutely, they win. Okay, so we're K through 8. We take to them 8th grade. Well, they're not done yet.
Right.
What is there a particular path that everybody goes? Does everybody go different directions? Do you offer assistance or guidance to here's your next step for your next step? Walk me through that process once they're out of your niche.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, as a community member, ACA feels like it's our job to make sure the students are ready for whatever they do decide to do next. So we bring in all the high schools. We welcome them in to share their mission and vision with the students and their families. We ask them to bring materials. We have a high school night, just like a high school would have a college night,
Right.
where representatives come and visit and try to recruit our students. And that's one of the things I'm most proud of, is when students move on to high school, the counselors really want our students, that they know that they're ready for the rigorous courses, things like, Arlington ISD does a great job of offering many choices for high school that our students want to participate in. Grand Prairie has some high schools that our students will go to. Mansfield has some. And then there's charters and even private schools some of our students will go to.
okay, well, that's good. I kind of figure I love the analogy with college night. That was always a big deal in high school. You walk
Right.
to the different tables, same type of thing you put together for your students.
Yes, we try to do that for them.
That's a good thing. All right, well, we're talking about everything else. You mentioned the Griffins earlier. Is that the mascot of the school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Sorry.
mascots makes me think of extracurricular activities. So it's not all about books. Does ACL offer extracurricular activities as well?
We do. We always want a stage for our students to get to perform on and get to shine. And so academics is what we were founded for, and it's what we focus on. But part of that is also developing well-rounded students. We believe team sports and opportunities like that really benefit our students. So we have lots of club activities, robotics, chess, all those things, and our students do really well in that. We have some athletic events. We have cross country, track, basketball. We do really well in that. Our cross country girls team is taking home the state championship for several years. I think 9 years maybe in a row.
Goodness.
So they really commit. Again, parents are highly involved. Makes a big difference in how well the students do.
I would have to think that with what you mentioned earlier, with the way the whole foundation that kids build, that confidence level carries them into, all of a sudden they're realizing, well, maybe I can be a cross-country runner. I mean, is that, am I reading too much into that, or is that all part of the reason you do it the way you do?
It's absolutely the reason we do it the way we do, because students need opportunity, right? And we're a smaller size school in a larger urban area, and it allows students to be able to participate in things that they may not always get to participate in if they were in larger schools, and yet they still do well in it. So it just affords more opportunity for them to participate and be a part of that.
Are you, for lack of a better word, are you maxed out? Do you have room for more students, or where are we there?
We have a little room, but we are pretty maxed out.
Okay.
About 1,500 is about what we.
But that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
We understand the trust that parents have given us and letting those students come there. And we work very hard to honor that trust.
Well, and apparently the word has gotten out. This is a place to be.
Yeah.
So the big 25th year anniversary is going on. You talked about the progression over the years. Is looking ahead just a little bit. I don't want you to give away any secrets, but are there some plans for the future expansion or anything?
Sure. I mean, I've been there 10 years and we've discussed it every year, right? And it really just revolves around what we have at ACA is a great thing, and we want other people to be able to participate in that. That's why they grew in 2011 when they added the Bowen site. They just wanted to be able to enroll more students. And so if we have the demand and more people want to be a part of that, we want to make sure that they can be a part of that if they want to.
And we talk a lot of time to people that are sitting there where you are, the importance of mentorship. I'm going to go way out here. Has ACA in some ways become a mentor for others looking to adapt your curriculum and everything to start what you do somewhere else? So they come to you and they've heard about you.
Sure. We are highly involved in the public education world. We share everything that we can, what's been successful. We have people that present at conferences. We have lots of other schools that come and visit, new charters, even private schools have come to visit. We participate in the Fort Worth Educational Partnership, the Mayor's Educational Coalition. We just want to be a good community member, and we love Arlington. We think Arlington loves us, and so we think it's been a great relationship for 25 years. We want to continue that.
Symbiotic, as they say. Everybody working together.
Yeah.
Well, we're about out of time today. I mean, we've talked a lot about everything, but is there anything you need to add that maybe we didn't touch on?
No, we're just excited to have been a part of Arlington, to get to represent Arlington. I mean, it's in our name, Arlington Classics Academy. So when we travel and get to share, we feel like we're bringing Arlington with us, and the love and support's there.
Well, we have an expression here at the Chamber, together we succeed, and that's with all of our members. ACA is a member of here, and together we succeed, but I think together we succeed is something that you guys believe in as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Within the community, within the school and everything.
Yeah, we have a motto at Simul Nos Fortes, which is together we are stronger. And
Nice.
We have a little image we use with our parents called the three-legged stool. And for our students to have a firm foundation, the parents, the student, and the school have to do their part, right? Have to contribute the right amount of effort. If any leg of that stool gets too long, it wobbles. If it gets too short, it won't stand. And so we all have to do our equal part.
Well, that's a great ender, as we like to say on these things. So, Craig, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the students, which is a part of all of our futures, everything we all rely on.
Absolutely.
Students starts with great education. Great education is what ACA is all about. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, as always, thank you for being with us today. And like we discussed earlier, together we succeed. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.